Today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to get your retro games to work. Now I'm going to demonstrate by using a Nintendo to show you how to do a lot of this stuff. But a lot of this stuff will work on Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and other cartridge-based consoles. Alright, the first thing I'm going to show you is probably the most important thing. If you could just take one thing away from this video, then this would be what I want you to learn. How to clean your retro games. Now, one of the faults with these cartridge-based games is that the pins get really dirty over the years when you put them in the console and take them out, and then it's a dirty console and it just keeps spreading around to all your different cartridges, and eventually they all get filthy. Here's how to clean them. So what you want to do is you want to go down to your CVS or local drugstore or grocery store, wherever they sell this stuff. Most stores sell it. It's rubbing alcohol, and then get yourself some Q-tips. These are the two key ingredients. So what you do is you take the top off of the rubbing alcohol, you dip a Q-tip in, and then you go ahead and you're going to insert the Q-tip right inside the game and rub it along the cartridge where the ROM slot is that inserts into the game. Now this one might be clean already because I usually do take pretty good care of my games, but let's see what it looks like when I take it out. So you can see it does look a little bit dirty there compared to that. That looks white and this looks a little bit like a little darker because I got off some of the dirt. And this is the same idea with all your games. Every once in a while you want to go in and you want to clean all your games. Here's a Super Nintendo game, Pilot Wings, I'm cleaning. Let's see how dirty this one is. This one is, oh wow, that's actually really dirty. Look at that. So this one needed to be cleaned anyway. So when it's dirty like that, sometimes what you want to do is you want to go over it a few extra times, and because that's so dirty, I'm going to go ahead and grab another Q-tip. And there's already a little moisture on there, so it doesn't matter that this one's dry. You'll see the dirt will still come right off of it. And this should be a lot cleaner now that I got all that dirt off of there. Let's talk about hooking up your retro console to your TV. Now back in the day, in the late 80s, a lot of TVs only had cable inputs like this. So you had to plug this into your TV. It wasn't a great picture, but it worked. In the early 90s and in the late 80s, we did get some TVs with these RCA inputs. You got these three colors, yellow, red, and white. And one was for video and two were for audio. And the good thing about the NES, the old NES, the original one, is it actually has output for that as well. Now this is a little bit of a better picture quality. So if you do have this option, definitely go with this. The top loader NES, the one that came out after this, does not have that, but this one does. Now after the Super Nintendo came out, from the Super Nintendo through the N64 and the GameCube, you're able to use this one, which you can get at like any kind of retro store or Amazon, and it's usually about $8. And this is the same connector that connects all three of those consoles. So if you do have the input for these cables on your TV, go ahead and plug the one side in to the TV and then follow that cord and go look for the other colors on the other side. And we're looking for red and yellow, and those will plug right into your NES. One is audio and then one is video. I'm going to put in this Legend of Zelda game, push down the door, and turn on the power. Now because I have a nice solid light like that, see how it's not blinking? That means I have a good connection, and there's no issues with the NES. When this blinks on and off, which I'll show you later, it means that your cartridge is probably dirty and we'll have to clean it. But it looks like everything's working here. I got the connection to the TV and I can play the video game right now if I'd like to. But I want to show you something else. I'm going to connect this NES using the coaxial cable. And you notice if you look at the picture, something looks a little bit off. It's like it's trying to get the picture to work, but something's not right. Let me tell you something about these NESs. There's a switch on the back that lets you choose between either channel 3 or channel 4. And right now the TV's on channel 4 and the NES is set to channel 3. So when I switch it to channel 4 on the back, then this picture works. So keep that in mind if you think everything is set up properly and you can't get your picture to work. And here's what the switch looks like in the back of the NES in case you're wondering. So you see it doesn't work. When I switch it back, it will work. This next tip, I'm not sure if it's accurate, but this is what I was told. This is just a rumor that goes back to the old days. With these games that save, like The Legend of Zelda, when you turn off the system, don't just turn the power off. What you want to do is you want to hold in the reset button and then turn the power off. And when you do it like that, it's less likely that you will lose the save data on your game. Now once in a while you'll start your game and it'll look kind of funky, like the lines will look kind of vertical or horizontal, and it just won't look 100% right. The text will look blurry. This is a common issue with the NES and other retro consoles. A quick fix, if you don't feel like cleaning your games, is just taking the cartridge out, giving it a little bit of a blow, putting it back in, turning the power back on, and look, it looks as good as new when you do it like that. And if it still doesn't work, I recommend you go ahead and clean it like I showed you earlier on in this video. And sometimes you turn on your game and you'll just get a blank gray screen. What you can do is just try to turn off the power and slowly move the cartridge to the left or to the right and turn it back on. And sometimes it'll just fix the game like that. I've had a Nintendo since 1987 when I was a little boy, and I've enjoyed this thing every day since. And these things are really built to last. With the proper maintenance, these things will last longer than we will. Hope you learned a little something by watching this video. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.